Antetokounmpo.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo, I mean, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots.
Lopez outside. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Lopez has got himself on the board with 3 there. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lowry finds Leonard. And it's off the back rim, no good.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Bledsoe looking around. From downtown, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
You know, Bledsoe is a decent shooter from outside, but I think it's really important that he continues to connect from there.
And finished off by Gasol.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Lopez against Gasol. The shot by Brogdon wide open. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks. And Malcolm Brogdon, the son of a lawyer and a college dean, no less. His maturity and thoughtfulness certainly reflect that upbringing.
Now here is Lowry. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
And with the way Brogdon conducts himself, some teammates call him, Greg, the president.
Yeah, he has an air about him. That he has that leadership quality and has a goal to create an NGO to alleviate poverty and hunger in developing nations. Who knows? Politics might not be out of the question for this young man.
And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
Now here's Middleton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Logged in the pass to Antetokounmpo. 3-pointer on the way. Rebound by the Raptors. This time they met was in Toronto.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
Now Leonard, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo from deep. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And the shot is good. Bucks leading by 5. Middleton with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, you want to talk about the smoothest players in the league? You can't forget about Chris Middleton. I mean, he's not a blow-you-away athlete, but he has really good length and a sweet stroke, and he can get his shot off anytime.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Antetokounmpo. Tony Snell's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Matt Connaughton in for Brogdon. A new group in now for the Raptors. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Pascal Siakam. Powell, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kyle Lowry. No good from Bledsoe. And you look at Chris Middleton, Clark. What doesn't he do well?
You know, there's not much. He does a little bit of everything well. He's a smart, versatile defender. He can command the double team with his scoring and punish the double team with his passing as well. He can hurt you a lot of different ways, Kevin.
Here's Bledsoe. The Raptors getting the bucket. Connaughton kicks to Bledsoe. Here's Snell. He's covered by Leonard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Lin. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Leonard gets it to go.
Man, you like the intelligence he plays with. You got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
Bledsoe left side, and Bledsoe hit the stop.
Bledsoe always bringing that uber intensity. Real force that time on the finish as he drove inside.
Right side, Leonard. Ibaka outside. Here's Powell. 9 points last game out. Releases from 15. Ibaka, no luck.
Okay, that is not what they want. A contested jump shot, defense right on it. You need to get a better shot than that.
Connaughton kicks to Snell. There's 57 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Mirotic, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's a 10-point Bucks lead.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Bledsoe against Land. From 13, and another basket for Milwaukee. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Leonard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Cleveland.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
From 13 feet, it goes down. Leonard's got 10 points.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. There are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name. He helped set the record straight of how you pronounce it.
In the real way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Antetokounmpo. But in the Greek way, you say with the NT, like Antetokounmpo. Whatever you gotta just say, you know, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Jeremy Lin is out there with Norman Powell. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Anunoby in at the 4.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Nice spin off the left rim and in. Lin's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Raptors.
And, you know, the Bucks in recent seasons have employed an aggressive trapping style defensively. Diminishing returns, though, as the league has figured it out. Now they've gone back to the drawing board.
Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And with the Bucks' length and athleticism, the pressure style of D made sense.
Yeah, you know, but when it broke down, Kevin, they gave up open threes in today's game. That's almost as bad as a layup.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Milwaukee?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
And he makes the first. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players and proud class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers, and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court too.
Now, here's Lowry. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Gasol, that's a two-pointer. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And that one's good from Connaughton.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And the Raptors call time here. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
I mean, frustrating when missed free throws become contagious. Really the Achilles heel in that one.
Well, if you're going to win, you've got to shoot a good percentage from the stripe, and for them, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. While we have the chance, we like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Raptors. In 4th, the Bucks.
Great play from both of these teams in the open court. You love the energy and effort they've displayed lately here in getting out and forcing the issue.
Now, here is Lowry. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now, here's Brogdon. Following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Brogdon against Green. Now, here's Brogdon. He started closely. A fadeaway. A rebound by Gasol. Raptors trail by 10. Siakam passes to Lynn. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lynn's got 4 this quarter.
Well, I really like how Lynn positions himself. He's really good at getting to the hoop.
Down low. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Lynn. He's around 10 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 10-point game. He kicks it to Gasol. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
No good from Connaughton.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Bucks leading by 10. All alone. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Lynn, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Jeremy Lin, a fan favorite in the league, partly due to that month of Linsanity when he burst on the scene.
We love underdogs, Kevin, all of us. Fans from across the world love an underdog, and that's part of what Lin was back in action after that tough knee injury that forced him to miss 2018. Looking for good things from Jeremy Lin.
And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, the former undrafted point guard just continues to impress. Lin is an exciting, unpredictable player on the court, but he brings value, too.
And so he makes both from the line.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Brogdon. Back to Antetokounmpo. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
When he's on the floor, Antetokounmpo makes good things happen inside. I mean, he's got so much size and skill, a lot for the defense to try to contend with.
Now here is Lowry, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Gasol inside, Lopez covering, good on that shot. With that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 10, and the bucket there from Marc Gasol. Brogdon finds Antetokounmpo. Lopez passes to Middleton. From past the arc, that one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, I like seeing Middleton stroke it from downtown. That release of his, pure as white-driven snow.
And there's the pass to Lowry. There's Siakam over on Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Milwaukee making a switch here. Ilyasova's checked in. Bucks leading by 13. And here is Antetokounmpo. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. He feeds it to Lopez. And Gasol sends it back.
You really got to admire the reach of Gasol. He's excellent at utilizing those long arms of his to turn away shots.
Ball's knocked loose. Now here's Middleton. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Antetokounmpo against Green. Pass to Lowry. To the wing right side. Siakam off target from three-point range. Looking at the last game for the Bucks, it was a loss to the Spurs.
Man, that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you. And you know how optimistic and positive I am. But it's hard for me to find anything positive to take away from that. That's a game you just want to forget about as soon as you can.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Chris Middleton. Raptors also changing it up. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Green, and it's Powell in for Jeremy Lin. And that one is good.
Kevin, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
Now, here's Brogdon. He has 5. Back to Bledsoe. Over Lowry, and the rejection by Lowry, and good that time. Bledsoe's got 11.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Lowry looking around. Here's Gasol. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got 4 rebounds in this game.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Raptors trail by 15. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Fades away. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Lowry. And it's 6 points for Marc Gasol. Bledsoe kicks to Lopez. Back to Bledsoe. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. Passes it to Brogdon. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Brogdon's got 5 points now this quarter.
You have to chase Brogdon off that three-point line. He's a very good shooter from this area.
Lowry against Bledsoe. Now here's Powell. He's tightly guarded. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. 8 seconds left in the first half. Up top, Bledsoe. Over Lowry. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bucks lead by 14. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, you guys have been able to limit their scoring. How have you done that?
Well, I think our activity, hopefully in the pick and rolls, is making it difficult on them, contesting every shot, denying just our activity in general.
High hands and quick feet. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Eric Bledsoe, who was on fire. He had 11 points and 3 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
They had a tremendous first half from the three-point line. Their shot selection was pretty sound, considering how many threes they took. And the confidence of the shooters, now that's outstanding.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. And without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Hart.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Eric Bledsoe really making a difference here.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Malcolm Brogdon out there at Bledsoe. And it's Lopez in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Middleton. No good on the triple.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, he gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
And so it's Milwaukee now. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Shaq's good by Bledsoe.
When Bledsoe is firing on all cylinders, I mean, you keep getting him the ball. It's just that simple.
Brogdon against Green. Here's Siakam. Toronto with the fresh shot clock. They shoot again, and it's Gasol with the bucket inside. Gasol's got 8.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
And how many more possessions like that would they love to get down the stretch? A bunch of them, I bet.
To the paint. Siakam misses. And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his 3-ball shooting and his passing, really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down.
And that one, good.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Another shot. Lopez with the bucket. 7 points in the game.
Hey, Brook Lopez getting after it. He is one of the better offensive rebounders in the game.
Toronto calls timeout. In an effort to protect the players, games are called a little tighter sometimes. And that said, Clark, which guys still bring the physicality that draw the eyes and the attention of the officials?
Well, some of these guys bring attention to themselves by virtue of their reputations, but in terms of physical presence, Steven Adams, to me, is just a behemoth of a guy.
He's grit. He's just all grit, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he just oozes that with his size and the way he goes about his work.
He does. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. Lowry against Bledsoe. No good on the three. Bucks leading by 14. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he uses the glass on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
You know, there's really nothing you can do defensively. Giannis Antetokounmpo is just a long, wily, strong, attacking, skilled player.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 10. Broke loose. Here's Siakam. Antetokounmpo defending. And that one drops. Siakam's got 4 this quarter. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Kicks it to Middleton. Back to Bledsoe. Here's the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 4 assists in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Leonard. He averages over 27 points a game and seems to always find a way to score. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Gasol. Gasol's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Shoots it. That shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. But D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Outside, Green. Back to Lowry. Let's go. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Milwaukee leading by 18. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. 6 points for him, and it's good for 2.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Now, here's Lowry. Outside Gasol. 3-pointers off the mark.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a season after he won the most improved player, Antetokounmpo, Clark, was a legit MVP contender.
No doubt about it. I think if the Bucks had been the top seed, perhaps he could have won it, although James Harden was phenomenal last season. The league has been put on notice. This is a guy who wouldn't surprise me at all if he became an MVP at some point in his career.
That one is off.
And you might have heard this story about Giannis growing a couple of inches since he was drafted, but how about the strength this kid is at? Under 200 pounds as a rookie. He's added a good 35 pounds of muscle through his dedication in the weight room.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Pau Gasol has checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Chris Middleton. And Tony Snell subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And the second free throw, good. And you talk about Antetokounmpo's strength, Clark. It serves him well with his attacking style.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, he used to just try to blow by defenders. Now he'll go right through you. He'll get his weight into you, get you on your heels, and then with that unbelievable reach, you've got no chance.
Lynn against Bledsoe. Dishes it to Miritich. The feed now to Antetokounmpo. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle skills for Milwaukee?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Leonard against Antetokounmpo. 6 on the shot clock. Leonard dishes to Ibaka.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless, really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
And can't do much else. The strength of Anunoby comes in handy on those challenging finishes.
And Bledsoe, here we go, and he gets it to go. Bledsoe's got 18 points in the game.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, definitely on a roll right now. Seems like everything he's throwing up is going down.
Leonard, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
Free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. All free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Bucks. Pass to Ilyasova. Outside Miritich. Doesn't go for him. Raptors trail by 21 from close range, and that's off the glass and in. He's got 6.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Milwaukee has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Leonard with the steal. The pass to Anunoby. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Bledsoe against Land. Pass to Leonard. From 13, the shot, no good. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Setting the floor for the Raptors. You've got Jeremy Lin. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Ibaka in its center. Brogdon against Leonard. Brogdon kicks to Ilyasova. Off target from three-point range. Raptors trail by 17. To the inside. Off target at the rim.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Bledsoe against Land. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Lynn. Here's Mirotic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires from deep.
And, you know, even though they're up, he's been off his game this quarter, having trouble finding the basket.
Shoots the three. Nailed from three-point land. And the Bucks lead by 20.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. Lowry comes in for Norman Powell. Bledsoe against Land. The drive by Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change club.
Yeah, and Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
To the middle, trying to find Mirotic, gets it to him. And that one is good.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
Lowry's shot is good.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Brogdon against Green. Brogdon kicks to Ilyasova. Off target with his three. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. They trail by 18. And stolen by Mirotic. Hooked away. Siakam passes to Lowry. Back to Siakam. Misses the three. Bucks leading by 18. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Green against Brogdon. 5 on the clock. Wide open shot is on the money. And the Bucks lead by 20. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5. The fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Green finds Lowry. And again, no good by Toronto. Milwaukee has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
This NBA Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league. at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Lopez offline with his three. Raptors trail by 20. Outside, Green. He kicks to Lowry. And the shot goes in. Lowry's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Bucks leading by 18. Pass to Lopez. Bledsoe against Lowry. From 13, misses off the left iron.
When he's got that kind of position, he's got to score it. He's got to score the ball from there.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Toronto calls timeout. Clark, if you were a general manager, and I think you'd make an outstanding one, during the pre-draft process in particular, a player has declined to work out for you. Would you still consider drafting?
Yeah, I would consider it. Again, there would be some extenuating circumstances. Why has he declined? What have we seen? Obviously, I'm hopeful that my scouting staff has taken a look at him, and I've seen the kid up close and in person and done my due diligence, so I've got a comfort level with who he is and what he can become. But I don't think the declining of a workout is enough reason to just dismiss a prospect that you like.
And Lopez gets it to go.
Lopez is really dangerous as a shooter if you give him space to catch and then shoot.
Bledsoe against Lowry. Out to the right wing. And the shot goes in from Siakam. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. The Bucks working the ball around. Tries to hit him.
Decent at spotting his teammates. You know, Bledsoe is good, I think, at reading the defense and then recognizing when he's got an open teammate.
Raptors trail by 21. 1:37 left to play here in the fourth. A three from Leonard, and again Toronto with the triple.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Bucks.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season. And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Eric Bledsoe.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Pau Gasol is checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Tony Snell's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Eric Bledsoe. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. OG Anunoby comes in for Leonard. Powell, he's checked in for Green. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kyle Lowry. Powell, and it's blocked by Mirotic. Brogdon with it. Gasol up top. Pass to Connaughton. Brogdon with it. Gasol on the high post. And there's the pass to Brogdon. 6 to shoot. Over Ibaka. The shot by Brogdon, no good. Toronto with the ball. It's an 18-point game. And it's blocked by Mirotic. In the pass to Snell. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Over to the wing. Here's Connaughton. And again, the Bucks miss. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Here's Powell. There's Wynn with the three. Mirotic grabs the miss. Now Brogdon. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Brooke, congrats on the win. What are your expectations for the team right now?
Very high. Everyone's been coming together. We've been excited to close the season out the right way, and now we're gearing up for a great run in the playoffs.
Looks like you're rounding into form. Thanks again, Brooke. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.